Cool. I think we can start now. Others will continue to join in, right? So thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much everyone who has joined this workshop on 3-day potty training. Potty training has been one of the most requested uh, topics, right? We got around 150 registrations, and I'm pretty sure we'll see some huge participation today. So, and we have the perfect expert for this, you know. So we did this workshop like 3-4 months back, and it was a huge success at that time also, all because of the expert we have today, which is Seshu. So Seshu, thank you so much, you know, for joining us here. Seshu is the founder of Squat. Squat is world's, you know, first Indian style potty training seat for kids, right? So we literally have, you know, the expert, the best person who can guide us, you know, in this journey. So over to you, Seshu. Thank you so much for taking out time to take this session.
Thank you. Hello, Priya. Thank you so much for having me here today on this session. First, I would like to, congratulate you for the community that you're building. The last time we met, I remember you had close to 5K and you have doubled the number in like 4 to 5 months. Congratulations on that. And hello, everyone. My name is Seshu, and I'm the founder of the brand Squad. So my journey began when my elder one, he was around 2 years old. He suffered from severe constipation. So that time, while trying to help him with his constipation, we stumbled upon this squatting posture. So which, upon researching, we found out to be the ideal posture for defecation. And I thought there has to be a product in the market which offered Indian style for the kids. And upon researching, I found no single product that catered Indian style. So that's when the journey began. I wanted to give my son the best, and I started designing one. And it took me almost 2 years in the R&D and the designing. And after 2 years, I had the perfect product that had both Indian style and Western style. And we launched the brand 6 months back, and we've been receiving amazing response. So that's how the squad journey began. So if you would all be okay, I'll just tell you what the product is. So this is the bottle chair that we have. So this is it comes with a collection tray at the back for cleaning. And then there's a top seater. It also adapts as a toilet adapter. You can place it on the adult Western toilets. And then this is the Indian part. So my elder one is 4.5 now, and he's still using it. So as a mother, I like this product. Yes, so that's about Squad. So Priya, shall we begin the session?
Yes, yes, definitely. Thank you so much for presenting your product, Seshu.
Yes.
Let's start with the presentation, and how we'll go about this is we are dedicating around 20 to 25 minutes just on the presentation. So it will be Seshu speaking, sharing her insights and everything. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can share your questions on the chat. So later we'll dedicate around 15 to 20 minutes on a direct Q&A with the parents.
Perfect. So I will quickly share my screen so you can see the PPT. It's easier to follow as I explain. Yes. So we'll start off with when to start. So the first thing that we all that comes to all of our mind is when to start potty training. So the pediatricians now, they suggest that potty training has to happen between 2 to 3 years of age. But I believe there is no magic number as to when a child is ready to be potty trained. Because I believe every child is different and every family is different for that matter. So it is essential to look for readiness signs which the children exhibit, because potty training is itself, it's a complex skill integrating, both psychological and behavioral process. So depending on the child's development, potty training is going to happen at a different age for different kids. So look for the readiness signs that your child exhibit and start only when you think they are ready. So let's move on to the readiness signs that they might exhibit. So the first one in this is staying dry for longer periods. So this is one of the main important factor to consider. So your child will start to stay dry for longer hours. You can say 2 to more when they're awake. And if they wake up with a dry diaper after a nap, it means that their bladder capacity and control are increasing. This is very important to start toilet training. And also make sure that it is not a one time thing and they are consistent with this behavior, because sometimes kids tend to stay dry for longer period because of various other reasons like dehydration. So make sure that they are consistent with this behavior at least for a week or about to start with it. And then the next thing is independence. So from being very dependent on us, they out of blue wants to do things on their own. Like they insist on holding the glass while drinking water, or they insist on putting their own footwear. So these are the signs that they want to be independent. And this independence is an indicator that they are interested in trying out new things. So when your child is wanting to be independent, you can also use this as an opportunity to start introducing potty training to them. And then the next one is discomfort with dirty diapers. So children might express their discomfort and displeasure with soiled diapers. They might insist on changing the diaper or underpants if it is soiled. So this can motivate them to look for alternative options like the potties or the toilet. So jump on this opportunity and introduce a potty. This time it will be easier to get them introduced to the potty. And then the next one is following simple instructions. So potty training itself requires a child to follow, a sequence of instructions such as first recognizing the urge, and then communicating it to the parents, and then pulling the pants down, and etc. So first, see if your child is able to follow. Give them, a set of instructions like go to the bedroom, get mama the phone, or go to the kitchen, find my key there. So these are, and see if they are able to do the activity in the order that you have instructed them. So if they're able to follow the instructions, then it is another indicator that they are ready. The next is consistency. We'll come to that later. We'll just move on to the showing interest in potty. So children, they love to imitate parents. They love to mimic adults. So sometimes they want to follow you to the toilet. They will be intrigued what's happening there. They're curious about what you're doing there. So this is this curiosity, a curiosity can be a greater advantage for us parents. So when a child shows interest in the process, you can jump on this opportunity and introduce them to the potty training. And the next is communicating after peeing or pooping. So effective communication is essential for successful potty training. So if a child can communicate that they have soiled their diapers, then it means that they are also ready to do it before. So every time your child points to the diaper after they have peed or pooped, communicate to tell them to tell you before that they have the urge. So this is by doing this, you can have them potty trained very easily. Now moving on to consistency. So all of the above said readiness signs shouldn't be a one-time thing. It should be this behavior has to be consistent with them. Say if they are following or if they're exhibiting these signs at least for about a week or two, then you can start them with the potty training process. So now we know that the child is ready, they are exhibiting few signs and they are consistent with the behavior. So what is the next step? Do we start potty training? No, not right away. Make sure there are other factors that are also checked. Like, see if you are ready. Because potty training itself is a huge task. It's going to be tiring, it's going to be time consuming. So make sure that you are completely in this 100%. Make sure you have the time and energy. Make sure you have the sufficient help with you to start this process, then you can start. And then second, make sure there aren't any upcoming events that could cause a child emotional stress, like if they're going to be starting school in another week, or you're expecting another baby to home, or if you're having plans to move house. So all of this could cause a huge stress on your child, so you don't want to add stress to this by introducing potty training around this time. Even if they're exhibiting the readiness signs, it's okay to completely wait for all of these to happen and see if your child is ready, both emotionally and physically, and then you can start. And three, make sure that you can allocate at least 3 to 4 days in a row, because you need these 3 days to put completely all into this process. So make sure that you have all of these ready before you start with the process. And now that you know you're ready and your child is ready, the next thing is prep them for the process. This prepping is very important because children thrive in a familiar situations. So for someone who has pooped or peed in the diaper, it's going to be entirely a huge change to move to a potty chair. So first, you have to prep them for this process. You don't want to startle your child by shoving a potty on them, the moment you know that they are ready. So how you can prep them is by, reading potty themed books to them. There are plenty available on online or Amazon. You can get them, and also, kids are very sharp. They will pick the moment you are trying new things. So don't straight away get a book, sit with them, come on, we are going to start with a potty book. No, that's not how we're supposed to do it. Gradually introduce the book along with their one or two of their already regular books. Just read it to them so subtly. It has to be introduced very in a very subtle manner. And then next, you can also, there are plenty of YouTube shows on potty training. There are even Peppa Pig shows on potty training. You can show them, you know, in their, like how you introduce the books. You can also introduce these shows in the middle of their regular shows. And then the next one is very important, the play. Kids learn a lot and well through plays. So if your child has any favorite dolls or favorite characters, you can actually pretend play potty time with their favorite characters with them. Uh, why this is important is this will give them an idea of what to expect when they actually begin training. And then next is be a model. So I'm sure all of us, like parents or mothers, all of us would agree when I say, like, the privacy has become a thing of past for mothers. I mean, at one point or time, we would have taken them to the bathroom because we do not have anyone to look after them, or they insist on following to the bathroom. So it's very normal. So you can also use this as a teaching opportunity. You can take your child along with you to the bathroom. You can show them like how you do it, uh, and make sure that, again, like, don't startle them. Like while you're playing, you tell them that I have the urge. Come, let's go to the bathroom. Get their help in closing the lid. Get their help in flushing the toilets. So all of this will give them an idea of what to expect when they actually begin. So this is the main goal of prepping them. So now we'll move on to the main topic, that is how to potty train. So this is a 3-day method that parents usually follow. So before starting with the day, what you'll have to do is, firstly, you have to schedule, as I said, a long weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when you have a help, when you can commit to it. So first allocate the day, and then second, ditch the diapers. By ditch the diapers, I mean forever. So that shouldn't be, after starting potty training, you should not introduce diaper ever again, because the goal here is to send the signal that pee and poop belongs in the potty and not diaper, clear and loud. So when you keep introducing diapers and when you're like on and off with the diaper usage, it will send mixed signals to your child and it will confuse them. So ditch the diapers completely. And while teaching the diapers, do not go cold turkey, because that will again put a stress on you and your child. So take it slow. Tell your child that you have only 10 diapers left, and you can count it down with them to the remaining diapers. And the day before you begin potty training, you tell them that this is the last diaper we have, and we'll no longer be using this. You're going to be a big kid. So make this, celebrate the last diaper that they wear, so they're not bummed when they ditch the diapers altogether. So we'll go on to day 1. So on the first day of starting potty training, what you have to do is, as soon as your child wakes up, change them out of their diaper. So for the first day, you can choose to, let them be bare bottom, so they recognize the need to use the toilet. In the traditional 3-day method, they advise to, prompt the child every 30 to 40 minutes to use the toilet. But I personally do not believe in this, because the goal of potty training is to make sure that your child recognize the urge and communicate their urge to us. For a child to feel the urge, you should first let their bladder to fill. When you're constantly, prompting them to use the toilet, their bladder is actually never full. A fuller bladder will only send the signal of an urge. So when their bladder is never full, there is never an urge for them to understand what an urge is. So make sure that you don't prompt them, at least for the first day, for them to actually feel what an urge is. So in the first half of the day, or throughout the first day, let them make few accidents, because an urge without a diaper or underpant is going to feel completely different from the urge with the diapers. Because without the diapers or without the underpants, after an urge, there is a lot of change happening. Like there is something flowing down their legs. This is totally new to them. And then you're tending to them immediately because you don't want them to fall, you want to clean them. So there's a lot happening when there is an urge. Whereas while with the diaper, there would have been nothing, no change at all. When there's an urge, they continue to be doing what they were doing. But here it's going to be different. So that is why it is important to let them be bare bottomed and let them make few accidents for them to pick up the urge. For the first day, you let them make accidents, and as you tend to them, you slowly start communicating it to them to, tell you when they have the urge. So this will be a very slow process. You cannot expect a child to communicate it to you the very next time. They will take time to, connect the dots as to what I should do next. So now I'm having the urge. So next I might pee. I might wet the floor. So I should communicate to the parents. So all of this, they will start to connect the dots, but this will take, at least 5 to 6 times for them to learn. So give them some time, but soon they will pick it up. And it is essential for you to communicate it to them. Every time you change them, tell them, okay, it's fine, Tangam, it's fine that you have peed now, but next time try to communicate to me before or as soon as you have the urge. And also, you can give them more fluids than usual. So there are frequent pees to maximize your teaching moments. And for the day 3 and day 2 and day 3, it is going to be the same as day 1. Continue this and slowly move them to underpants in the day 2 or day 3. If you have chosen bare bottomed in the day 1. And here in the day 2 and 3, if you know that they want to pee, but they are holding it for some reasons, like they don't want to disturb the play, or they're watching screen time and they don't want to stop it, and you know that they are holding the pee by their facial expressions, then it is okay to prompt them. But definitely don't time their pees and time their pees and prompt them frequently every 20 to 30 minutes. It is not going to help with potty training at all. So by the end of third day, they will be trained. There will be successes. So stick on to, even if you have a little success, stick on to success and continue with what you've been doing for all of these 3 days. So soon they will be potty trained. And also, some child responds well to celebration. So if there are successes, celebrated with them. And some children might find it uncomfortable with the attention they're getting every time there is a success. So do what works for your child, what they are comfortable with, what it would motivate your child, and do what works for you. Stay consistent with the process. That is the main goal here. And moving on, how long to try? Okay, say you've attempted to potty train for at least 5 days, and if there are like zero progress, then it is completely okay to press pause and revisit later. Do not continue to potty train them when there is no progress, because it is actually not going to help you or your child. It's going to be stressful. So if there are no success, then it's fine, you can put a pause. But if there are at least a few successes, say your child is communicating 1 or 2 times a day and not making accidents the rest of the day, that is okay, you can stick. Any progress is still a progress. So if there is even 2 to 3 successes, stick on to that and continue with the process. But never introduce the diaper again after there is a success, because it is going to send them mixed signals. So I'll also tell you how to choose the right potty chair, because we this is the main confusing thing. There's plenty online, and knowing what to choose is a key to successful potty training. So the first one you should not buy is a playful potty chair like the first one. Why not a playful lesson? Your kid's first impression of the potty would be, okay, this is a toy. So any toy that you introduce, it will your child will get bored of it in 2 or 3 days. So when a potty that's looking like a toy, they will get bored of it at the end of 2 to 3 days. So do not get them a potty that looks like a toy. In spite, what you have to do is get a simple potty, and then you have to bring fun around the potty. The potty itself shouldn't be a fun thing, and it can also block your view if you're sitting in the front trying to read. It can disturb your view from the child. And the second, you shouldn't get a ladder potty. Why? Children, potty training is a new thing, so children may not want to sit on the same toilet every single day, I mean, as in same place. So mine, he's 4.5 and he still wants to poop sometimes in the balcony, sometimes in the bedroom. So they should have the independence to choose the place, because when you give them the option, you will end up, I mean, your child will end up choosing at least one. When your child doesn't want to poop, you ask them, do you want to poop in the balcony today, or do you want to poop in the bedroom today? So your child will end up choosing either of the one. So this ladder, it will restrict the independence that you and your child have. And then the pastel color ones, it might be appealing for us adults. It might go with the ambience and the interiors with our home, but children, they will not find it appealing at all. So you have to go for the brighter color potty chairs. And what to choose is, the best thing you can do is get a potty chair that also has a toilet adapter, because soon you will want your child to transform to the adult toilets. So that time it again going to be another big transition. So when there is a part of their old potty seat moved to the adult toilet, it will make the entire process less frightening for them. So choose the one that also has a toilet adapter. And then it should have a good back support, so they don't fall back. And as I said, a standalone product, so you have the independence to move it. It should be movable. You should be able to move it. Your kid should be able to move it. And then we'll move to rewards and positive reinforcement. So why? I mean, some parents may not be happy with these rewards. They do not like rewarding their child. So if you are a parent who is okay, and if your child is someone who responds well to rewards, then it is completely okay to reward your child uh, for success in the potty training. So what are the things that you should keep in mind while rewarding them is, it should be an immediate thing. So these there are plenty of potty training charts available on the internet. So when you start off with the process, do not introduce this potty charts, because the rewards will be given only at the end of the chart. Kids might go off track. Kids might not wait that long. So give them something immediately after there is a success, even if it's a small chocolate. It can be a screen time. It can be a day out. When there is a success, you have to offer it to them immediately, and it should be consistent. By consistent, I mean, even if your child forgets about the rewards, make sure that you remember it. You remind them that there is a reward waiting, and you give them, because this will build the faith that they have in you. So don't think, oh, my child has forgotten about it. Let me use this opportunity and stop with the rewarding. No, that's not how it should work. And it should be exclusive.
So the reward that you offer potty training should be exclusively given only for the successes that they make in the potty training. They shouldn't be able to get that reward doing any other thing. So it should be exclusive, it should be immediate, and it should be consistent. So some parents might worry that they will have to reward them for a longer periods. Their kids might not like it when they stop giving the reward. So how you can wean off is, again, like how we did with the diaper. Don't go cold turkey. Make it gradual. Say you've been rewarding them for every potty success they've been making. You can move the reward from every success to every day. So they get through a day without any accident, you give them a reward. And then from there, you can move it to a week, from week to month. And each time, make sure that each time you increase the goal. Like if you're moving it from every success to every day, make sure that you increase the reward also. So they're not bumped. And from week to month, while going from week to month, you can also introduce charts. This is when the charts work better, when you go month. So they get through entire month without any accidents. Then you can offer them something big like any vacation you can plan. So the goal, essentially, the goal here has to be to get your child want to succeed, want to train, want to be trained. So, setbacks, of course, there will be setbacks, but don't get bummed. All the setbacks will have a solution. So, the first setback could be a potty resistant. I heard a lot of parents tell me that their child, the sight of the potty will bring a loud cry from the child. They will resist sitting on it. They do not want to sit on it no matter what they do. So this is very normal, because here they want to um, make it a point that they do not like it, so that is why they're resisting it. So when there is a potty resistant, as I said, you can reward them to make them sit on the potty, or you can even buy a new potty. You can get them shopping along with you. You can let your child choose the potty that they like. Even if it's online, ask your child if this is color you want or this color. You can get your child involved in the process of buying the potty chair, so they are eagerly waiting for it to arrive, and I'm very sure that they will want to try it if it is a potty chair that they have chosen. So if there is a potty resistant, do what your child would want, like why they are resisting. Find out what is the cause that they're resisting it in the first place, and try to address that. um, and then accidents. So some kid, in the day two, by the time they, I mean, the day two or day three, the children who had shown successes will all of a sudden make accidents. That is okay. The accidents could be due. Why they could make accidents is, one, they don't want to stop doing what they are doing. So P is something that they have to stop. Like if they're middle of the play, they don't want to get up, they don't want to stop watching the TV. So these are the reasons that could be accidents. So see, like I said, here you can prompt them. If you find them holding their pee, if you find them, there is an urge but they are not peeing, then you can actually prompt them prompt them to go pee. And then next is constipation. Why constipation is, when there is a withholding of poop, that withholding will turn into a constipation. So some child may not respond positively to potty training. So this will end up in a constipation. So if there is a constipation, kindly put a pause for the potty training. Give them laxatives first, address the constipation, then you start with the resume the process again. And seeking attention. So, by seeking attention, I mean you would have given all the attention to your child in the beginning of the potty training process by tending to them every time there is an urge. And by day 3 and 4, like if there is a success, we would mean it is very normal to for us to stop giving the attention that we've been giving them in the initial stages. So kids, they love getting attention from the parents. So all of a sudden, when you stop giving the attention, they might make accident just to get our attention. So if see if the accidents are because of that, then give them the attention that they want, and then you can continue to body train. And the another setback could be training more slowly than expected. So there is no standard rule as to this is how the child has to progress in the potty training. So even if the training is slow, as long as there is a progress in the process, continue to it. There is no fixed time as to when the child has to be trained. So take it slow. That it is not actually a setback. So yes, we're done. So let your child take the lead and do what works for you and your child. All of this are just the rules that you've given to make you understand the process. Doesn't mean you have to stick to every single one of them and you have to follow every single one of them. Do what works for you and your child. And I wish you all a happy potty training. So Priya.
Yeah, thank you so much, Seshu. It was
Yeah.
super informative. We have a lot of questions. So if
Yes.
you can just, maybe even open the chat, right?
All
And
messages as well. Okay.
yeah, we can go from the beginning. So we can start with Siddhi's query.
So, okay, mine sits on the potty seat but does not do it on the potty, but sometimes she doesn't type. Even she communicates after doing Okay, with twin babies, if you're finding it to potty train both your daughters together, that is fine. Even if they are twin daughters, they would have attained the milestone at a different age. So it is okay to train the one that is ready and train the other one later. It's not like you have to train both of them together. And if they're not sitting in the potty, again, it's like, letting go of the power that they have. So if your daughter doesn't want to sit on the potty, but is okay to do it on the diaper, make them sit on the potty with the diaper and see how it goes. Because sometimes when they are with the diaper, I mean, children think that diaper is a part of their body, and they think that potty poop has to happen only with the diaper. So you have to, there is a lot of unlearning that has to happen here. So the goal here is to make your daughter sit on the potty while she's pooping. So if she wants to poop in the potty with the diaper, that is okay. You can first try that. And if she is fine pooping with the diaper in the potty, then you can slowly communicate and try to remove the diaper.
Yeah, great. Next question is from Nupur. Seshu, meanwhile, I can maybe, say the question out loud because not many are, giving
Yes, sure,
these
sure.
questions. Yeah. So Nupur's query is that her pediatrician has suggested to start potty training from the time she starts sitting, 6.5 months, by making her sit on the potty seat. Her advice is backed by the logic that gravity helps relieve the stress on the baby. So this is her query to start potty training from 6.5 months, and also switching from Indian squat to Western chair and vice versa. How to deal with this? Any thoughts around it?
Yes. So I began potty training when my kid was 6 months. So my idea was, I was afraid that they might resist if I introduced in a later stage. So what I did, I introduced a potty chair at a very young age, like 6 months. So the timeline that I kept was when I introduced a high chair, that is when I introduced the potty. So it was very easy for me. There was no resistance at all. So it is very much okay to start early. As long as your child is able to sit independently, you can make them sit on the potty. And you can also, if you know, if there is a schedule as to their poops, like some kids, they poop the moment they wake up from their naps. So if there is a schedule, you can actually make them sit on the potty on a set time every single day, and they will pick it up very easily when you start early. And switching from Indian squat to Western toilet, it is not very scary for the child. Once they are completely trained, not in the middle of the training, you don't want to switch them. But once they are trained, you can actually move from the Indian to Western toilet. There will not be any trouble because my kid, he's 4.5. So the potty that I have, it's not travel friendly. I cannot take it everywhere. So whenever we are on the trip, he's completely okay to sit on the Western toilet in a Western style. So you don't have to worry about the transition that's going to happen.
Got it. Yeah. I hope that solves your query, Nupur. Next question is from Priyanka, which is this for the age group 11 months? I assume she's asking about the, which age we can start the potty training from.
Yes, so the potty training, there is no age group as to when. If your child is okay and if your child is ready, you can start from any time.
Got it. Yeah. Next is from Siddhi's, which is so a question is that her question is that no underpants for the first 3 days, no undergarments as well, and any specific undergarments when we can ditch diapers or with the normal undergarments too.
Yes, so by no underpants, no undergarments also. They have to be, let you have to let your child be bare bottomed. And when you move from like day three, you can start using any normal pants that you normally do. There is no specific undergarments as such.
Got it. Yeah. Next question is from Pooja's, which is her 2.5-year-old asks for diaper for potty. And he also stands or moves around when he does potty. Never agrees to, sit and do the job. So how do you transition? And he's comfortable to pee on the potty reducer, but it's a strict no when he feels or does potty, refuses to enter the bathroom.
Yeah, so it's similar to the question Siddhi asked.
Hmm.
So if your child doesn't want to sit on the potty but prefers doing it on the diaper, you can first make them sit on the potty with the diaper. It will help them with the transition. So once they sit on the potty and do it with the diaper on, if there is a success, then you can slowly move on to getting their diapers removed.
Got it. Next question is from Nupur, which is how to manage potty during travel without diapers.
So once they are trained, there will be, less chances of accidents. So you can travel without the diapers. Maybe you can, pull over and have them pee every 30 minutes to 1 hour. Here prompting is okay because when they get an idea of how it's done, prompting is actually okay. So maybe you can stop, do a pit stop, and prompt them to pee, but the goal never switch to diapers after there is a success.
Got it, to stay consistent, yeah. Uh, cool. Siddhi has shared a few links. She has asked if they are worth investing for travel. So maybe we can refer to this at the end. Let's just go to the questions first. Srija has asked, is 8 months too early for potty training?
So 8 months is not too early. You can, it's okay. The thing that we do when the baby is around 6 months and all, it is prepping them for the process. So when you actually train them at 8 months, it doesn't mean that they will be trained. You are actually prepping them for the process that is to happen, at a later age, say 15 to 18 months and all. So by 8 months, you can put them on the potty. This will reduce the potty resistance, but it will not train them. But you can, yes, of course, start to introduce potty chair at an early age. From 6 months onwards, you can introduce the potty chair.
Got it. Yeah. I guess Naveena's question is the same. Yeah. And we have one last question from Pooja. If you can just read the query.
Yeah, so I understand, but he refuses to get inside the bathroom when he wants to poop. That is completely okay. So this is when the mobile potty comes in handy. If they don't want to do it in the bathroom, you can ask them where they are comfortable. Some kids might want to do it in the privacy, so for those kids, bathroom would work. But some kids, they want to sit in the hall, watch TV, and do that is also normally okay. So the main goal is to get them comfortable first. So ask him where he wants to do it. If it's around the house, you can move it around the house and have them poop.
Got it. I guess, yeah, we are getting few more questions now.
Okay, I don't get the question Navina has asked. Potty trainers are asking to notice the frequency. Sorry.
Naveena, can you rephrase your question and send it again? Meanwhile, we'll go to
We'll move on to
Naveena's
the
question.
question. My 2.5-year-old also sees potty in diaper only. He refuses to get into the bathroom. Is it must to use potty instead of bathroom? So yes, you will have to move them from the diaper to potty at some point. It has to happen, but take it slowly. Maybe if they don't want to do in the if they don't want to sit in the bathroom and do, it is completely okay. First, the goal here has to be to wean the diaper off. So that has to be your first goal. once you've weaned the diaper, then you can restrict them to the bathroom only and all of that. Okay. Even if there are few potty training successes, stick on to the no diaper. In travel, you can, as I said earlier, you can make a pit stop and have them pee on the roads. Indian roads are very comfortable for that. So don't go back to using diaper again. Maybe in night times that is fine because they don't know that they are on the diapers. So for night sleeps, of course, during the travel you can put the diapers, but when they are awake, they shouldn't be put on the diaper ever again because it is going to give them mixed signals. Because one time they are pooping in the potty and one time you are saying yes to diapers, so the children will not follow you at all. Yes. So how do I know it's time for potty? In the initial time, say in the day 1 or day 2, you will not know when they want to pee or potty. But when as you get with the process, you will know when they want to pee.
Is the call coming on your end? Oh.
Yes, sorry.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so Pooja's question is, I'm under the impression that portable potty seat cleaning is very difficult. Actually, no. So as I said, my kid is like 4.5 and he still prefers to go in the potty seat. The cleaning is very easy. It's not very tough. And yes, if your child is okay with going on the Western toilet, it is completely fine. The transition is not very tough. As I said, you can get a potty chair that also comes with a toilet adapter. So you can, when there is a part of their old potty move to the big toilet, the transition is not very difficult.
Yeah, so Naveena's question, I think we could not understand properly. So I had asked her to, reshare. Yeah, I think she's referring to the last one, which is how do I know it's time for potty because he just urinates at different times.
Yeah, they will fall into a schedule when they're like about 18 months of age. We will be able to, schedule their piece. I'm sorry. And the goal at the 18 months, how old your child is? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Naveena, if you can share the age of your child, yeah, 8 months.
So 8 months, it is too early to start potty training, and it is too early to know that your child is about to pee or poo. So for pee, you cannot potty train at 8 months, but for poo, you can. You can get them sit on the potty after every meal or as soon as they wake up. So here, the thing what you're doing is we are actually prepping them. So do not expect to get them trained at this age, but you can of course put them on the potty at 8 months. Yes, this is very okay. Sashia. So my baby is 22 months old and just refuses to sit on the potty. He will just tell us that he has pooped and peed. That is very normal. If he doesn't want to sit on the potty chair yet, it is okay. Make it gradual. You can create a potty corner at your house with all his favorite toys stuffed. Get him first used to the potty chair. Let him play with it, get him comfortable with the potty chair first before you even start with the process. You can even, some kids, my friends' kids and all, they used to make them watch the TV sitting on the potty. They use that as a chair. So get them comfortable with the potty. They shouldn't think it's an alien object. They should, the potty has to feel like it's a part of their everyday toy. Put it along with their toy, make them comfortable with it before you can start with the process. Pooja's question is, most of the potty trained babies poop first thing in the morning. Never been a consistent time for my build. Yes, so by 2.5 years, your child should fall into a schedule. There has to be a cue. Just follow it closely. Maybe they make any facial expressions. There has to be some cue. So look for it. Tabitha, any potty chair is fine, or any particular one that you can suggest, please, for me to find. Okay, anything that's Any potty chair is fine for that matter. As I said earlier, make sure that it is movable, it is in bright colors, has good back support, uh, one that also has a toilet adapter. So these are the things that you have to look for in a potty chair before buying. So
Uh,
have we
yeah,
covered that? I think
yeah,
we've covered most of the questions.
yeah. I guess in case you feel that your query has still not been answered, Seshu, is there any way we can reach out to you?
Yes, I can give you. I'm also in the Indian IPF Potty Training group. You
Yeah,
can share your questions there. You can
yeah,
reach out to me personally. Either way, I can help you with the process.
got it. And in case you want to check out Spot, I'll share all the details in our workshop groups. So you can check that their Instagram page, and from there also you could reach out to Seshu.
Yes, we are also on Instagram.
Yeah,
You can reach out to me there as well.
yeah. Uh, cool. I think that's mostly it. Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Seshu, for taking out time for this. Right. This is one of the topics which has not been covered, extensively.
No,
So, thank you so much. Right.
happy. Thanks for having me, and thanks for all the parents who made it today. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Thank you. So,
Thank
thank
you.
you,
See you there.
guys. Bye
Bye.
bye.